All right, so let's run. Look at that. Whoa, that's crazy. Look at this. So Fable 5 just dropped this week, and I tested it to create websites that look like Awwwards winners, and the results are honestly insane. 5 years ago, something like this would have taken me and my team weeks to design and build, and cost clients thousands of dollars. Today, I've created these in less than 20 minutes using Claude Code, Fable 5, and just simple prompts. And in this video, I want to show you a few examples that will change how you design websites with AI forever. Hi, my name is Sergey and welcome to my channel. Here I talk about Figma, Framer, AI, vibe coding. And if you want to know more, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and like the video if you like it. And now let's get to design. All right, so let's start with the first example. And the first one is going to be a website landing page for a design studio, which is called AI First. I just named it like that. And it is specializing in AI assisted design and development services and consulting. Use a 3JS and GSAP technology. Also, I gave an example of the website that I really like. And actually, this website looks like this. It has those bright colors, it has the geometry, some animations, like really slide animations, and things like this, you see? So, but the result is completely different. I just wanted to make sure that you understand that I'm not trying to tell you copy other designers' work. Don't do that. But what I want to show you is that you can get inspiration from other websites, award-winning websites, and create designs that are actually like really top high level. For the first example, this was the prompt, and we can see from one really small prompt we can get a really cool result. All right, so let's check it out. I'll just launch it on localhost, as you can see over here, and I'm reloading it. And look at this! Wow, look at the animations in the back. I love the reveal effect of the letters. Look at the composition. It's not like some generic AI stuff as we used to have. I love the white space. You see, it's like really, it's not tight. It has a lot of white space around. It looks like very top-notch, high-level studios website. Really cool slide animations. Look at these. Look at these things. Really nice. I think it's a ready production website that needs to just fill in the data, and you can hand it off to a client or to, I don't know, you can make a framer template out of it. But it looks super cool. Let's get to another example. And the second example, actually, I used the MD file, and in the MD file, I had the text written like this. So you can even pause the video if you want. So basically, it was a description of the site that I want to build, and I want to use real like effects like drive effect. Also, I wanted to use JSAP for really nice scrolling. And this website is for a product designer. Let's load it up. And I think this one was the weakest of the four that I got. Let's check it out. But the idea was that I wanted to have this really cool hover effect with some vector animations. And I think it looks pretty cool. Also, look at the mouse. It has a very interesting like dot mouse. Really cool animations for the nav bar, like really cool hover effects. And this one, this is really cool. Look at this. This is actually SVG animation over here. So the EV, kind of because we have this name for this product designer, I don't know, from Berlin. And they're moving. So this is quite interesting. And let's scroll down. We can change the typography. I don't really like it. Case studies, selected work. I like this scroll effect, horizontal scroll, very nice. And some of the SVG animation over here and stuff like that. Also, we can try to do these things. These are like processes, also really nice slow animations. Looks pretty good, not generic stuff. So I believe this one is the weakest. And now let's get to something more interesting. All right, so third example, was for, again, some design studio based in NYC. And I was especially interested in the and scroll animations with the text. And I've attached a video recording of this website example that I also gave to Claude. And let's check out this example. I'll open it over here. And as you can see, I have like really bold typography. And when I scroll down, I see those like letters going from one side to another. So these are like the names of the projects. And I have the name of the company here, like in the center, and this ampersand sign. And when I go down, I really love this effect. When we have the logos and it kind of like cuts through them and the logos like hug the sign. And then we have this really cool animation on the bottom. However, I didn't get this effect because I ran out of tokens for Fable 5, but I had some updates for this part, and I'll just show you how it works. So basically, this was a really small prompt here, and it took me about 30 minutes to get the result. The first result, and then I saw that there was a problem with the logo, so it was like a tunnel for the ampersand, and the logos were on the left and right. So I told him that we need to fix this part. I showed him the problem, and I told him to fix it. So it took me about 32 more minutes for fixing this thing, and the results are amazing. Let's check it out. So this is, again, localhost, as you can see. Look at this really cool animation. Wow, this is like Awwwards style. Look at this. Whoa. I never seen something like this on generic websites that were generated just from AI. All right, so we have navigation on the right, top right, and names of the pretended clients. And when I scroll down, I didn't get this shrink effect, but I really love how the names go to the left, and I think it looks really cool, even cooler than on the original website. And then look at the name over here of the logo. We have this effect, the difference effect that happens. Looks really nice. It's all responsive. This is super cool, and really bold typography. Really nice composition. And here again, the difference effect on the letters. Look at this. Wow, nice. Some parallax. Images are from Unsplash. And now we're getting to the sweetest spot over here. Look at this. Wow. This is so cool, guys, right? This is amazing. This is probably GSAP working, but this is amazing. Like, I understand this. It would take me or developer a few days to do this. I don't know, like one day for sure. And I didn't get the effect on the bottom, but still it looks pretty cool. You see, it's like kind of reveals when I scroll down. And now the last but not least, my favorite one. This just blew my mind. Let me show what is happening there. Actually, it was the first thing that I've tried, and I was shocked. I was shocked how it looked. Let me explain what's going on. So the prompt was to create an Awwwards winner top level landing page website for a fashion photographer. Hero skin should include a spiral effect image gallery similar to the one is used here on this website. Use Three.js and GSAP. So I gave it a screenshot of the website. This is how it looks. And it took me about 30 minutes to wait for Claude Fable 5 to do the job. And guys, it was so crazy. I didn't do any fixes. So it's just one prompt. You see the results, and then I just asked how to run it locally. And this is what I'm getting. Look at this. Let me just run the loader. Look at this. Wow. Look at the typography, and look at this thing over here. The image gallery. And when I scroll down, you see they're moving. And pay attention to how they bend when I scroll down. You see they're kind of bending inside. And when I scroll faster, look at how the shape changes. And when I scroll up, the shape changes again. It kind of blows outside. You see? It's bending outside. And when I do it like this, wow, look at that. That's absolutely insane. And This result I got in 30 minutes from one small prompt. So this is a really cool hero screen for photographer, and also I have the version for the list, so I can go like this, or I can go spiral. And they're also, as you can see, black and white. And when I hover, look at the mouse cursor. It's also really cool. It's like a really custom cursor. They are becoming color from black and white. Also, really nice editorial menu. Look at that. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Look at this. And this is the result. Fable 5, insane. And just before we wrap this up, I just wanted to say a few words about what I think is happening in the design world right now. And I'm sure you watch other videos on YouTube, and probably you're thinking that, and you're afraid of losing your job. And most of you probably think like that. But this is like negative thinking. And I believe that we should concentrate on the positive aspect of this situation, that AI will never take our jobs. Well, I guess it will take the job of the people who don't want to do anything, who are just lazy, who are just sitting there and trying to build a career from using one simple prompt, and they think that AI will build their career and will do the job for them. But this is just an imagination, and this is not true. If you are a creative person and if you have passion to your work, it doesn't matter what you do, like design or development or maybe some other things. Think of AI as a tool that helps you to work and to implement things that you could have never done before without the AI. So in my case, for example, the bottleneck of my work were always the developers. For example, when I was starting out, it was a long time ago, about 20 years ago, and we had first clients in my studio for websites, and we always looked at AWW awards websites or CSS design awards, and we wanted to create something wow, something crazy, animated things. And it was really hard to find developers to do that. And the websites at that time cost like thousands of bucks, like, I don't know, 12, 15, 20,000 of dollars. And my clients couldn't afford that. And this was the problem. And that's why we couldn't do that, because it was expensive and because I couldn't really find people who could have done something like that. Thanks to the AI right now, I can see that I'm not getting less work and I'm not working less, as they promise, the companies from AI, they promise that you're gonna work less, then the agents will do all your work. No, for me, I'm thinking that actually I'm doing more work right now because I spend more time on prompting, on generating stuff that I only could dream of. And my work is now really took it to the next level, because thanks to the AI agents, to especially like Cursor, for example, one of my favorite tools right now, I can do something in Figma, or I can just go straight to Cursor and prompt stuff that I want to build, and I don't need any help. I don't need to ask a developer to help me out. I can just, figure this out myself. And this is super cool. Think of it as just a tool. It's like Figma. I remember the times when we were switching from Sketch and I was like really uncomfortable about Figma. I was looking at it and I was thinking that it is something shady, and I was like really a Sketch person. But then I switched to Figma and I loved it, and I had my own Figma courses and I taught Figma, all of that stuff. So it's just a tool. Tools are changing. Right now we have Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, whatever. We have Figma. We used to have Photoshop. Some of the people work with Photoshop still, like I do, for example. We're not sure what we're gonna get in the next 5 years. I'm sure there are gonna be other tools, and maybe we're gonna forget Cursor or Claude Code, and we're gonna have something new. Don't be afraid. Just stick to your passion. Think of what you want to do and what makes you happy, and just go with it. Just try again, and I'm sure you will get the things that you really like and you could only dream about in terms of implementing things. I'm saying right now, and these are crazy times, and this is really cool what is happening right now. The world is changing, and we're changing with it as well. So don't be afraid, everything is going to be all right. And I'm sure we'll all survive this robots war. So don't worry about it. And if you're interested in such things, in terms of learning more about AI and vibe coding, be sure to subscribe to my channel and write in the comments what do you think about this. And I'm really interested in your thoughts. And let me know if you're interested in more videos like this one. We just you know, sort of like I talk about the situation and not just doing some tutorials about the tools. So this is very important for me, and I'm really interested in that. So let me know what you think about this, and I'll see you in the next one. Please give this video a like and subscribe. See you. Bye bye. See you in the next one.